everybody, and welcome to my channel. This is Leslie. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm scrapping a photo of my husband and I should say me and my husband. My brother-in-law snapped that photo of us when they came to visit us in 2015, so it is an older photo. But yes, so I recently released a album flip through of some selfies or some photos of me and my husband over the last 11 years, and that photo was supposed to make it into that album, but it didn't. So now it's getting a layout of itself. So I am doing some stitching on this layout, and I haven't done stitching, hand stitching or machine stitching, either one of them, in quite a while. I've been quite pressed with scrappy time the last couple of months. It's been summer and the kids have been home, and so I haven't had hours where I can sit and stitch or hand stitch or, you know, whip out my machine, and, you know, so I haven't had lots of time, but I made time for this one. Machine stitching is quick in any case. So you see there that I've got three pink colors: a dark pink, sort of a cerise pink, and then a lighter pink, and then a much lighter pink. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch about a square about 8 by 8 inches, and you'll see that I'm starting with each color. I start off with stitching straight lines, and then I stitch a couple of wonky lines through the straight lines to sort of just give it a little bit of a extra interest, the stitching extra interest. And I love the way that this that these colors sort of create a gradient or an ombre effect, from going from the darker pink on the edge of the square to the lighter pink. And I do incorporate, or I do stitch this lighter pink sort of through the darker pink, so that it's a very gradual change of color, and you'll see that happening soon. So then I'm finished stitching the medium pink color, and you can't really see it now, but you will be able to see it once I've put the paper down and the machine is out of the way and so on. So I'm going to be adding the lightest pink color. I wish I had white so that I would, you know, could add some white in as well. I've run out of white stitching people. I've run out of white thread, and maybe that's why I haven't been stitching a lot, because I usually use white thread in my stitching when I stitch on a layout, and I've run out of it, and every time I go to the shop I just forget to get some white thread. And besides, you can't just go to a Target or a Walmart or whatever to get white thread here in Dubai. You've got to go to a specific material or fabric shop to get thread. So it's a bit of a mission, or a dollar shop or something. So you can't just get it at your grocery store here. And there you can see the lighting. My camera is going a bit off with the lighting here. I think when I put a white piece of paper on the white background, or my white table, the camera overexposes. So sorry about that. But you can see the gradient effect a bit clearer now. And you can see on the right hand side, the right hand of your screen, you can see it better. You can see that before I did the stitching, I placed all of the elements on the page that I wanted to do, or wanted on the page, and then I took a photo of the layout, and I did the stitching, and now I know exactly where I need to place all of my goodies to get that layout looking like it looked before I did the stitching. Otherwise I wouldn't have, you know, quite figured out. I would have probably eventually, but it would have taken me quite a while to get it looking like I liked it again in that way. So all of those little globes I fussy cut from one of the pattern papers from the Horizons collection from Pink Paisley, and this is the collection I'm using for this layout. I have joined the bandwagon. I am late to the bandwagon, the Horizons bandwagon, and I am, see there, I've adjusted the exposure a little bit, and that's a lot better. So I am going to be using some of those little floral clusters to embellish around the photo as well. And you can see that I am placing them sort of over the photo so that they frame parts of the photo. There's some space on either side of us in the photo that can be overlapped. So I'm going to be popping up all of those little globes up on some foam squares, some little foam adhesive squares. And I skipped ahead. I didn't think that you guys would want to sit through all of that. It did take quite a while, because this does take a while. And there it goes out of focus quite nicely. Wonderful, hey? Lovely. So it'll come back to focus now. I'm not sure what's going on with my camera today. You can see at the back of the photo, there's some writing. I don't know if you caught that while I was putting on the little foam adhesives. Now, what I did a while ago, I went through all my photos that I've already printed out, and I went to my laptop and I looked up every single photo, and I wrote the date behind all of my photos. So all the photos that I've printed currently in my stash, in my photo stash, all have the dates written in pencil on the back side of the photo. So that really helps. So that eliminates a lot of questioning and guessing on my part when I make a layout, because I really like to put the dates on my layouts, you know, just as a memory of what, you know, when it happened and what happened and all of that. And also the passage of time, you know, especially with kids, because they grow so fast. And I really like to get the dates right when I document photos of my kids. Not so much of myself, because I mean, I'm an adult and this is basically what I'm going to look like for a while still. Hopefully I won't age too quickly. But anyway, for my kids, I really like to keep the photos or the layouts dated. So I'm going to be adding some of these teeny tiny little sticker hearts. Now, they are very flimsy little stickers, but they are lovely, and they are the perfect color scheme for this Horizons collection. All the colors go perfectly with it. This is a very bright collection. So, and the reason why I chose to add all these little globes, now I thought I wanted to put the dots, but I don't end up putting enamel dots, is because our life together, me and Dieter's life together, is such a journey. And it's yes, it's a journey. That's all I can say about that. It's a wonderful journey. It's an adventure together. It's almost like we're traveling partners through life. And the title of my page is going to be "You Are My World," so that goes together nicely with the globe theme. Now I'm going to be adding this street map or grid map paper as a backup or as a frame. Wow, I don't know why my camera is doing this. It is having a very hard time focusing, hey? It's going all over the show. Anyways, I hope it doesn't bother you guys too much, and I hope you stick to the end to see what this layout ends up looking like. It is a beautiful layout. It is. I enjoyed making this layout. I enjoy working with all of Paige Evans's collections, because they are so bright and they're so fun, and you can use. They're so versatile. I mean, this is a travel collection, but I'm using it to document a photo of just me and my husband sitting together, and that is it. And so I'm not gutting that paper, because I don't think I'm going to be using it for anything else. Yeah, it's too busy, it's too colorful. So I think the best way I can utilize that paper is by using it as a frame for a layout. And obviously the colors are perfect, because they match all the colors on the layout as well. I am going to be taking my brush pen and just drawing sort of a very sketchy outline on the white cardstock, and I just used American stock textured white cardstock to make this layout. And I'm taking my Sharpie and I'm just going to outline the photo with some very squiggly lines or very sketchy lines, quite a few of them, just to give that photo an extra little pop, just to have it give it a little frame, because I didn't frame it with any other cardstock. I didn't layer anything behind it really. I don't do quite a lot of layering, do I, behind my photos? But anyway, so I have spoken about this lately, about me writing my date always on the bottom right hand corner of a layout. It just makes things easier, especially when you look through an album. You know exactly where to find the date, and all the dates are in the same place. And it's also easier for somebody that's not used to looking at a scrapbook album. It can get very overwhelming for somebody, looking at a scrapbook album, and then they've got to go find the date in between all of the loveliness on a page. So I do write my dates always on the bottom right hand corner of the page. So I was debating where to put my title. I wanted to use these little thickers. Now these are from Pick Me Up, also Paige Evans collection, and I've got loads of these as well. I think I also bought like 5 or 6 packets of them. But I didn't quite know where I wanted to put my title, because I wanted to use the white thickers, and there's no real space for a title, unless it was one big word title that I could just put on the bottom of the layout or something. But I wanted the title to be You Are My World, so I just decided on putting it straight onto the photo, and it really pops off the photo, as the photo is black and white and it is quite dark, and you can see the letters quite clearly on the photo, and there's some space on the photo in any case, that I could use for a title space, and that is it for this layout. If you like what you see, please give this video a like. It really helps with the YouTube algorithms. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you as a part of my little scrappy community here on YouTube. And I will catch you again soon. Bye.